What up, American history class? Welcome to day 3, hump day of our first week of e-learning. Congratulations to all of you who have stuck with us through the first 2 days, and let's roll on with the third day. If you have been paying attention to the news, I wouldn't blame you if you haven't. One thing that's been debated over the last few days is whether or not Congress is going to pass any kind of stimulus package to help us all out. So I think you might want to pay attention to the news at least for that, because I hope today's the day when we hear something about being passed by Congress, a stimulus bill, multi-trillion-dollar stimulus bill. And of course, we've been having the president speaking. I don't know if you've paid attention to any of those, but he's talking about wanting to open up the country by Easter. I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll see. He's the president, and he is the one providing the leadership these days, as we like to see during times of crisis, as we saw during times of crisis with FDR, the President of the United States during the Great Depression, the New Deal, and World War II. And so that's what we've been looking at in this class, is World War II. And over the last couple of days, we've been looking at how it affected Americans here at home, right? And those who went off to war. But it affected everybody. And hopefully you saw a little bit of that in the cartoons yesterday. Hopefully you enjoyed them. I enjoyed your comments, so thank you for that. Keep those discussions going. We got another discussion for today. The discussion question of today is, well, let's take a look at it. Now, can you read that? Yeah, I think you can. Question is, how were the Nazis and fascists, aka the Axis powers, defeated in World War II, right? Now, you might know the answer to this question, you might not, right? The point is just adding a comment, adding something to the discussion. What do you think, right? Remember, the Nazis, the fascists, Hitler, Mussolini, they're supposed to be like the toughest, baddest guys around. And they were. They overran everybody. They overran pretty much all of Europe. They overran Northern Africa, Ethiopia, all this. They just took over the world, and they were just marching across, and then they lost. They were defeated, right? And the question is how? So, what is your response? What is my response? I'm going to say, let's see, why and how were the Nazis defeated? The Nazis were defeated, the Nazis and fascists, because, let's see, because America is the best! Exclamation point, right? That's why. I'm used to the touch screen. Did you see that? Did you guys catch that? Because America is the best. Oh, and don't forget, and the Red Army and Russian winter. Don't forget, we didn't defeat the Nazis by ourselves, right? We had a lot of help from the Russians, which will be interesting going forward. But that's my comment. Again, doesn't have to be long, doesn't have to be correct, just has to be getting your ideas out there. So I'm going to post that response, because America is the best, and we did have help from the Red Army, the communists, the Russians. But if you really want to learn about how the Nazis and the fascists, the Axis powers, were defeated in Europe, that's today's lesson, right? When we go into assignments, let's see, let's go up to assignments. When we go into assignments, we have another reading for today. And the reading for today is all about how the Axis powers were defeated in Europe by the Allies. Let's go to assignments. You can see I'm working on the tablet today, which it works pretty well for the Blackbaud system, especially if you have a keyboard like I do. You can do this on a computer, you can do this on a mobile device. But if we go to the assignments tab, remember the readings that you need to answer these questions, depending on what section, chapter you're in, will always be under the topics tab on our page, this topics tab right here. But the page numbers, the section that we're answering questions for today is going to be chapter 18, section 2. Chapter 18, section 2, which I'm opening up right now, right? And then there are all the questions there. Chapter 18, section 2. So, those are our tasks for today, right? We're going to read about how the Nazis were defeated, how the fascists were defeated by the Allies, USA, England, France, Russia, and then just 4 questions to answer, just as there was with the last section. And don't forget to contribute to that discussion board. And as always, if you have any questions, any problems, please contact me, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Peace.